Alrighty guys, welcome to another video, and by popular demand for me, a couple of people asking how you fish a spoon on a spin outfit rather than my other video where it's spoons on a bait caster outfit. So today we're just going to go through the paces, a few little tips on fishing a spoon on a spin outfit. Oh, there's one. Oh, get into it, this one. There we go. Nice. There we go. There's another bass. We're on the spoon bite here. It's a nice little tucker. It's good to see the, put him back quickly. It's good to see the array of different size bass in here at the moment, from like your big 50s down to like your 20s. Like lately you've just been pulling up on a you know, where you're finding fish, and there's just a multiple array of different sizes. Yeah, it's so good. This place is so healthy with fish at the moment. It's such a great, so thanks to, you know, the SIP, your SIP licenses help stock this. As to the stocking groups, we really appreciate everything you do for it, to give us great fisheries like this place and all the other ones across Australia that these stock impoundment groups or fishing clubs do to put money back into making a great fishery for every angler. I'm a big advocate for catch and release, but hey, there's nothing wrong with taking your bag limit. The bag limits are there for a reason. If everyone abides by them, it keeps the sustainability of the fishery. So thanks guys. Pro tip time. Who doesn't love a good pro tip? Alrighty, when fishing lures that require a free spool on the retrieve, whether it's plastics, chatterbaits, spoons, spinnerbaits, whatever you're using for a free spool retrieve, the tip for me on this video is line control. So as you're winding, like you've done your retrieve, well, you've done the amount of winds you need to do for your retrieve that you've worked out, click your bar arm over, put your finger just off the spool, just so that line flicks past that index finger. What that's going to allow you to do is you're going to be able to feel a bite. So sometimes these bass will hit your lure on the drop. So I just put my finger close to the spool. So if I do get a bite, I can just quickly put my finger on the spool to sort of lock it in, flick the bar arm over and give it a good strike. This definitely helps when those bass are on that free spool drop. Alrighty. Well, let's have another cast. Nice flick out there. Today the braid I'm just throwing on it just to keep the nice colour scheme going is a Daiwa J-Thread Expedition, and it's in PE1. You'll find with the Expedition it's a bit thinner than the other braids, so I like to use like the sizing rather than the poundage. You get used to using a certain poundage, just double check the what braid size that is. Certain brands, their poundage per sizing will be different to other brands, so if you're used to using something that's like 20 pound and it's a PE 1.5, you go to another brand and you might find that it's like 30 pound with that same size. So just keep that in mind. Oh yeah, he clunked it on the drop. Oh, I think he's half fouled up, maybe. He took that strangely though. That was just on a single hop, that one. There we go, he's not too bad. Not a bad little fish. Thanks, bud. Let me try that again. That was just a single lift that time. Just a single lift, wind into a little bit, just to try and pick up some of that slack line a little bit tight. If you wind it on slack all the time, you'll find that you're going to get a wind knot where it packs in underneath loose, then you put tight line on top of it, then loose. When you go to cast, as that tight line strips off your reel, it grabs the end of a loose wind on, and that's how you get your third strands. So just keep in mind, yeah, a couple of winds into it, just to pack it on a little bit tight rather than super loose, and you'll eliminate a lot of those wind knots. Oh, there's a bite on the drop. Always watch your line. You could see it on the line, tink, tink, tink. Fish has grabbed it, sucked it in. Nice. Awesome. I like the hop retrieve as well. Oh yes, he's angry. You might have to net this one. Let's have a look. Yeah, we'll net him, I think. There we go. He's in the 40s. There you go. Oh, another nice fish there. Cracker, gotta love it. That's probably early 40s. Thanks, buddy. So like most lures, multiple retrieves. Sometimes they are required throughout the day to get the fish to bite. This morning, we've done a lot of constant wind, free spool, keeping that line control, getting those bites on the constant wind. Some might say, well, why don't you just cast it out, let it hit the bottom and constant wind all the way back? You can, you probably will get fish, but to get more fish, with what the sounder is telling me, that those fish are in that bottom 5 to 6 foot of the dam. So what you want to do is get into your retrieve and free spool back down. You're going to be covering a lot more of the bottom of the dam, as I spoke in the other spoon video. It's all about covering. If they're on the bottom, you want to cover distance. If you're constantly winding, you're getting out of the strike zone, so to speak. So I want to try and keep our lures in the strike zone so you guys can catch more fish. And these fish are on the bottom and just off. So that's why the hop retrieve's working as well. It's because we're hopping it up as your rod lifts up. You know, we're probably hopping it 3 to 5 foot off the bottom. Oh, there's a fish. He's taking that on the drop. So it's all about keeping your lure in the strike zone. Now, just because I say strike zone, people are going to think it's only where the fish are. Now, some of these fish, they will hit a lure 5 foot above their head. So one would argue, well, that's the strike zone. You're correct. It's wherever the fish are wanting to hit your lure is the strike zone, pretty much. You've just got to work out whether they want it on the bottom and them looking down at it, bouncing along the bottom, or whether they want to follow it and get it out of their comfort zone and then take the bait, whether that means the bait fish at that point in time are sitting higher in the water column and the fish are just chilling out and then coming up to take the bait. So strike zone doesn't always mean where the fish are. So let's have a look at this fish. There we go. So he's taken that on the drop. What you'll find with spoons, if they have assists, they always swing around, hit different parts of the body. So sometimes it's going to feel like the world's biggest bass and they're going to come in like this. So just keep that in mind when you're pulling them. Just try not to rip into them and then try and winch them in. Play them out a little bit because you are bringing them through, so to speak, sideways through the water and they'll swim out that way. So just keep in mind with those extra hooks on these spoons that you might have them fouled up. So let's have another cast. Try this hop retrieve again. These ones are just been single hops. You can double hop it, real long draw hops if you need to get it up off the bottom a fair bit. It's really trying to work out what these fish want. And when they're hungry, most of the time they'll eat whatever. So you could be burning it and spooling it. You could be burning it all the way back to the bite and they'll hit it. So we'll try a few of the retrieves just to show you. Now let's see if the bass react to it. So back to the hop one. So we're just gonna big hop, wind in tight some of that slack. Watch my line. When it relaxes, it's hit the bottom. So lift again, a couple of winds into some tight line. Watch the line. When it has a big belly in it, it's hit the bottom. Lift, just repeat it. Oh, that's a bite. Oh, yep, got him. There we go, nice. So all I seen in my line was a tick. It just sort of like as if someone just quickly pulled it on you. So that's just the bass sucking it in or tapping it as it's dropping. So because that's a pendulum swing, it will have a little bit of a belly in the line, but it's reasonably tight. So any type of hit or anything like that, the line will go slack, or it'll just be like a tick. So it's just a pulling of the line. So that's how you indicate bites on the drop. And if you're watching it, you can either reel into it or you can strike and you'll catch those fish. If you're not paying attention, you're gonna miss them. Unless they just inhale it. I think this fish is a nice fish. He's got plenty of weight. He's staying down. Yep, got the nice big head shakes. Gonna go for that lunge at the boat. Keep in mind. Oh yeah, he's nettable. We'll get the net out on this one. Yeah, he's a nice fish, that one. Oh, they're healthy here at the moment. Whew. Alrighty, let's get this guy out of the net and we'll show it. There you go. There's another high 40. Hopefully you guys can see it. Yep, nice high 40 there. Spoon in its mouth. He hit that on the drop as you see. I'll just quickly get the pliers, pull that little hook out, and we'll get him back in the water. I'm gonna go with a burning free spill back. I'm gonna burn it, free spill it back, burn it, free spill it back, burn it, free spill it back, just to see if we can get these fish to bite. Just wanna burn it a little bit, free spill back. Burn it, free spill back. Burn it. You get the gist. Not getting any reactions out of it. Oh, there's a fish. Oh, here we go. He's only a little fella. Oh, wow. He's put up a good fight. There we go. Now, big percentage of the time, I find, when I'm burning lures, in other words, winding them quite fast, we'll call it a 60-40. 60% of the time, I'm catching small fish. 40% of the time, they'll be big fish. My theory used to be that the little fellas, like young kids, have got plenty of energy and are hungry all the time. Whose kid's not? So they will go after a faster lure. The big ones, they might be lazy, not so worried about getting it. Where the little ones, they're happy to go fast and eat everything that they can. So that was my theory. Most of the time, 60% of the time, I'm catching small fish on a fast retrieve. And other days, you'll catch whoppers, big ones. So it always pays to change up the retrieve. So we're gonna do a couple of sharp fasts, and we're gonna pendulum swing down this time. A couple of sharp, pendulum swing down. Just to see if we can get them on a bite like this as well. So you got the speed off the bottom, but then you got the slow flutter, or yeah, medium sink flutter. Fast, pendulum swing down. You can change this up depending on how high they are off the bottom. You might, oh, it's full. You might only need to give it 1 or 2 winds. You may need to give it 8 winds. Keeping in mind, the faster you wind, the faster it's going to come off the bottom and it's going to get up in that water column quick. Oh, there's a fish. Yes, nice. So I'd say that fish then, it may have followed it a couple of times, and as it's fallen down, I'm just about to pick it up off the bottom, it just grabbed it. Whether the the line has just moved a little bit and my spoon's just moved a little bit off the bottom. And he's seen it, but that's how he's taken. He's just cracked it like that. He's not a bad fish. It's okay. Not nettable, but still good fun. All right, we're gonna go into the next retrieve. Slow lift. Alrighty, same thing again. Cast him out there. We're gonna let it hit the bottom, and this time we're gonna do a slow, big lift, or a big, slow lift, however you want to say it. So what this is gonna allow, it's gonna be a slow moving bait, but we're gonna try and get it up as high as we can in a slow motion, and then dip the rod down and let it flutter back to the bottom. So what you want to do, I always like to grab the end of the butt. Here, that's more of a hinging action for me. So it's just a big lift, get the line down, wind up the slack just before it goes tight. I don't want my line to be super tight. I want it to still have that natural fall from the original lift. So you want to lift, wind a few, and let that line lay down. You want to keep an eye on your line. Once it dips or it gets relaxed, it's hit the bottom, but I want to look for those bites. So big lift, pick up some line, let it lay back down. Big lift. And a lot of the times with this technique, you get your bites at the top of the lift. So be here, like that, oh, and you get your bites. So be ready for that, because you do run out of room. Some people like to keep their hand on the reel, so when you lift like that and you get a bite, they can wind straight into the bite. So whichever way works for you. There you go, exactly what I was just talking about. Right on the top of that lift. See? You swear that these fish were educated on exactly what I want to talk about in a video, wouldn't you? That there is a classic example of the bite at the top of the lift. So that means the fish are wanting to come up to eat that bait a little bit off the bottom, but also there are fish at that height as well, and they're willing to bite the spoon. So we'll get the pliers into this fella, we'll get the hooks out, because what's worse than one hook in your hand is two. With this retrieve, you are covering a lot of the water column. So you're lifting it high, falling down. So you're definitely going to find at what depth they're willing to hit that bait. All right, we're just going to cast back out in that patch. We've just done that big long draw. I'm going to do a bit of a constant wind through it, just to see if it was just the retrieve they weren't fussed on, or what's going on, whether they've slowed down. So I'm just going to do a slow, constant wind all the way back to the boat. Nice, easy, not hard. Just cast it out there and slowly wind it back to the boat. Works well on heavier spoons, because the heavier spoons will definitely sit down in the water column better. So we'll get another cast out there. Cast out in this direction, nice long cast. With a constant retrieve, the further you cast it, the slower the angle is that it's, or the shallower the angle is coming back to the boat. So if you only cast a little bit and you constantly wind it, it's going to come up quick. If you cast it to the other side of the dam, it's going to come up a nice slow angle. So if you want to cover a lot of ground, or you need to keep your spoon closer to the bottom, a nice long cast is definitely going to help that. Maybe that morning bite stopped. What I have noticed though is the wind has dropped. Whether that's played on them, but we have got a few fish here this morning. So as you can see, spin rod with spoons does work. It's an easier way of catching them You're not having to worry about the bait caster outfit if you can't cast bait casters and stuff like that. So a spin outfit will work. For me, it's just more line management if you're doing free spool drops and keeping that finger close by. You can definitely cast a lot further with the spin outfit, cover more ground. It makes it easy, because if you want, just go out and try and catch fish on spoons. Start out with the spin outfit if you have to. There's nothing wrong with it, it works. So next time you're out on the dam and you're chasing bass, try a spoon bite. They don't work all the time, but it's just another lure to try when you're out on the dam trying to pattern these great Australian bass. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you got some good information out of that. Please write a comment if it helps, or if you've gone out and you've tried this and it works or hasn't worked. Just write some comments on, you know, your experience. The channel's all about sharing and you know, getting people out there to catch more fish. So yeah, write a comment, like it, subscribe. All of it helps. I appreciate everyone that watches, engages and everything like that. So thanks again. See you next time.